Hi there guys, welcome to Living Alchemists. My name is Vlad, and in today's video I'm going to talk about a very popular topic called fear. And specifically I'm going to talk about how you can reduce and even eliminate fear. Now, as we all know, fear is a very powerful emotion, and we mainly use it in two ways. One of them is in a destructive way, and the other one is in a constructive way. So of course I'm going to focus on how we can eliminate fear, or how we can use it in a constructive way. Okay, so in the last few years or so, I've been doing a bunch of different practices that have really helped me to grow as a person and to become more aware of myself, the world around me, and to reduce and even eliminate fear. And so one of those ways that I'm gonna present to you in this video is to write things down. Okay, just take a piece of paper and a pen and write down things that are holding you back from achieving your goals. Okay, so that's one thing that you can work with. Other things that you can write down are your goals, your dreams, and also your affirmations. Okay, so this process of writing things down can be about a variety of things. Now, when it comes to fear and how to reduce and even eliminate it, here's what I've been doing. So I take a piece of paper, a pen, and I write down a simple question, like, for example, why am I afraid of speaking in front of a camera, for example. And so right after I've written the question, I become present and I simply allow answers to emerge. Remember, this can be any sort of question. It can even be a statement. So in that state of presence, answers will emerge. And so you write down these answers. So number one, I'm afraid of how people are gonna perceive me. So write down. Then I meditate a little bit more, maybe for a few seconds or so. Then another answer comes up. I'm afraid of expressing myself. Answer number three, I'm afraid of being judged. Write it down. So you see, these answers, what they have in common is that people are afraid of what other people think of them. Okay, and that can be expressed in different ways. Okay, you can phrase the same thing in different ways, but it's a great practice to write that all these answers down in a variety of ways. And also what you'll notice is that the more you write these answers down, the closer and closer you get to what actually bothers you, what you're actually afraid of. So yeah, if you're familiar with shadow work, then you know that this kind of process of writing things down is very powerful. If you're not familiar with shadow work, look into it, and you will find other ways of dealing with your fears and eliminating them, really. So coming back to this practice of asking a question and then allowing for answers to come in, you can do this without writing things down. You can just ask the question out loud, and I actually recommend that you phrase it out loud instead of just in your mind, because then you express yourself via your voice, and it's just different. It's different. It's more powerful than just to phrase it in your mind. Okay, so again, coming back to what fear actually is a very powerful emotion, and human beings have been driven by fear for a very long time, for centuries, for millennia, and some of us are now learning how to get rid of those fears and how to work through them, how to integrate our shadow instead of running away from it or denying it. And that's true empowerment, because once you've broken through limiting beliefs and fears, man, you come out on the other side 10 times stronger or more. I know this for myself. I've done it, and I intend to do it for the rest of my days. A few weeks ago, I actually made a commitment to myself that I will be studying something called the law of vibration for the rest of my life. And you might be familiar with the law of attraction. Okay, it's a very popularized concept. I've never really been attracted to the law of attraction concept, but the law of vibration, however, has to do with the fact that you need to create the vibration within yourself of that which you want to attract into your life. So you embody the vibration of your dreams, of your dream life, your dream partner, your dream travels or job or whatever, and then that will eventually manifest after a certain period of time. And so I give this particular example because it's, as I said, it's a commitment that I made with myself, which is similar to the commitment of going through my fears. And this is very powerful, because making a commitment towards something is pretty much the same as setting the intention. And when you set that intention, it's the universe will start working with you and for you. And everything is really to your advantage. Is just that it's fears and blockages and obstacles are there to kind of to test you for you to see whether you can see through the illusion or not. Okay, so fear is not there to break you down completely. You might have breakdowns, but you are meant to find your way back up, so you rise above. Eventually you will rise above. You just need to be honest with yourself. And again, this is part of a process such as the one that I described earlier, of asking a question and then allowing answers to come to you. Be honest with yourself, because you're just with yourself in that moment. You don't need to share that experience with anybody else if you don't want to. You can do that. That's also amazingly effective. But it's just more than enough to just be with yourself in a process like that and be honest with yourself about what it is that you're afraid of. Okay, so coming back to my initial example of a fear, which is the one of speaking in front of a camera. See, I've never been the kind of person to speak in front of a camera, not to mention public speaking and things like that. It just hasn't existed in my reality, unless I felt like I had no other option, which is very rarely the case. But here's something that really helped me to begin making these videos and not to without being afraid of videoing myself and putting myself out there. So what I started doing was that I put my camera on the side, not in front of me, but on the side. I press record button, and then I would just go about my daily practices. I would sit in front of my computer and I would work on a project, or maybe I would play my guitar a little bit or make a drawing, and that the camera would be on. And so every once in a while I would turn towards the camera and I would say something, like just even one word or a sentence, and then I would return to my main practice, that I would direct my focus on say a practice. Say I would draw something, make a drawing. That's my main focus, and then I would shift my focus just for a few seconds. Okay, I would shift my focus towards the camera, I would say something, and then I would redirect my focus back to my main practice. Okay, so in that moment, I knew that I didn't have to make a video, okay, because I was focused on something that I was comfortable with. So you can split your focus like that, whilst you keep your attention on something that you're very comfortable with doing. And so, you make step by step towards that thing that you're afraid of. This is again a very, very, great way of breaking through your fears. So sometimes you can just take the plunge. There are people that do that. I've done that a few times. You just, without taking these baby steps, you just go for it, take the plunge. So say in my case, I just put the camera in front of me and I would start talking, blah blah blah. I would feel the fear and I would just keep going. Okay, but remember, you have the baby steps that you can do. However, you gotta be aware that you are making progress, so you can track your progress with that thing that you're afraid of. And speaking of breaking through your fears, there's a powerful phrase that comes to mind now. It goes like this: pay now or pay later. That's pay now or pay later. So that means do what you have to do right now, or you will have to do it later, because I don't think that we can move on to the next phase in our lives until we've learned the lessons that we are meant to learn. So yeah, you can, we have that option of delaying things, especially the things that we're afraid of, but sooner or later we'll have to deal with them in different formats, different designs, but they need the core of the problem, the core of the action that you gotta take will be pretty much the same. So it's, this is also linked to the themes that we experience in our lives. Okay, we all have our themes, and yeah, so that has been my video on the topic of fear and how to eliminate and break through it. Remember, you can either make baby steps towards breaking through your fears, or you can go for it and take the plunge. Okay, so I really encourage you to face your fears, be honest with yourself, and start writing them down, so you have a more clear picture of what it is that you're afraid of. And from that point on, you will be able to move forward in an easier fashion, okay, instead of just being in your head all the time. So yeah, I hope you like this video. If you find value in it, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and share my channel with as many other people as you can. And I'll see you on the next video, and until then, stay aware and keep expanding. Bye.